LEGO Agents has been and will always be my favorite LEGO theme of all time. In 2008, a total of 8 sets were released, and in 2009, with the new name Agents 2.0, 5 new sets were added for a grand total of 13 sets altogether. Now, these sets had amazing builds, amazing play features, and amazing minifigures. So in this video, I wanted to showcase all of the different minifigures released in 2008 and 2009 for the Agents and Agents 2.0 theme. And I will also include a few bonuses that aren't really minifigures but definitely count as characters. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with our first character, who actually has a total of 5 different variants in the first wave of the agent sets, is Agent Chase. He is the leader of the agents, and he comes in a majority of the sets. This one in particular has this backpack attachment because this set he was in was Jetpack Pursuit, and he needed this attachment to attach to the little helipack. It's not really a jetpack, but I'll get into the sets in a future video. So all of the agents that are male have the same torso and leg. I really do like the dark blue, and I do like the lime green with the lime A on the front there, and I also like the little ID badge on the legs. There are no back printings on most of these figures. However, the villain factions do. I believe all of them actually have back printing, but none of the protagonists do. So you're going to see this guy a lot. He usually has this double-sided face with one side having a sunglasses and determined expression, and he has a little headset there. They introduced a new hair mold at the time. This is noticeably well known as Mutt Williams hair, but this is in black. And if you turn it around, you'll see a double-sided expression. And this is actually a common city face, so this is actually not like a new face for him. We actually see these in many city sets. So here is Agent Chase, and the next time we see him is in Mission 4, Speedboat Rescue, but this is an exclusive figure technically because he does not have a double-sided head in this set, and I believe the reason for that is the set he appears in, it's on the water, and on the front of the box you'll see it takes place in a rainstorm, or a rain shower, whatever you want to call it. So it would make sense for him not to have sunglasses if the sun is not out. So there's nothing too special about this figure. You can see there is no back printing, and there is no double-sided head on this one. The next time we see Agent Chase is in Mission 5, and this one comes in a couple sets because this one is like the first one we saw, except there's no backpack attachment, so there's really nothing too special about him. He appears in Mission 5, Turbo Car Chase, Mission 6, Mobile Command Center, and he also appears in, actually, I think there's just 2 sets that have this figure without any armor or attachments. So in Mission 7, Deep Sea Quest, Agent Chase is assigned to have this little like submarine rover, so he has to go in the water, so that makes sense that this figure has a breathing apparatus or scuba tank. He has a little helmet with these goggles, and he has the same face that we saw in the Speedboat Rescue. There's no double-sided head because why would you need sunglasses if you're going underwater? Unless they're like special goggles, but I'm 99% sure they're sunglasses. So this one is, I've seen Bricklink listings of this figure with the double-sided head. I don't know if some copies of the set have that, but I like this one. I really like the shiny helmet. It's not just like light bluish gray. It's kind of have a little shine to it, and I think it's a nice figure. He did not have flippers in the set, by the way. And then the last time we see Agent Chase in the original Agents line in 2008 is in the Volcano Bay set when he flies a helicopter to help save Agent Fuse from being dropped into a lava pit. And this one has the same helmet that we saw in the last figure, except there is a a yellow translucent yellow visor here that I think looks good. He does have his double-sided head, as we see every time the sunglasses are printed on the face. He does have that double-sided expression. I think he looks good with the helmet. So let's take a break from Agent Chase and get into the next agent. This is Agent Charge. He is in not as many sets as Agent Chase. I think he comes in a total of maybe, I think, 4 sets. But this is the first time we see him. This is from the Swamp Raid set. Some of these figures I'll be showing you has an accessory. In this case, they use a little gas nozzle as a gun, and LEGO really wouldn't do that today, and I really admire that they did this back in 2008. That's back when people weren't really snowflakes and worried about violence and whatnot. But this is the same helmet that we saw in Agent Chase from the Volcano base set, and you will see him with hair in this next figure. So this figure of Agent Charge appears in 2 sets. It appears in the Mobile Command Center and Deep Sea Quest from 2008. Same torso and legs, but this time he has hair, and I really like the hair choice for him. I really think it looks good with the facial hair and the brown crew cut that we see in a lot of these agent figures. Now, this figure is special because he was the only one of the 4 original agents to not have any double-sided printing on the face, because you would see it on the back, and that'll be another case for another agent in the Agents 2.0 line. So moving on to another figure, we have Agent Fuse. He is like I'm gonna guess, the explosive dude, hence the name. We've seen the torso and legs before, but he has a helmet, and he has a double-sided head, which I will show in another figure because I think it would show better. But this guy came in the Gold Hunt set because he pilots a supersonic jet. He's personally my favorite agent because he's a redhead, and I'm a redhead as well. This figure came in the Mobile Command Center, and you can see he has the Mutt Williams hair in like a ginger color. Same color you would get those croissant rolls, and you can see his double-sided head peeking through the back. And here's a better look at that, because in Mission 8 he is captured, hence the handcuffs, and he's scared for his life because Dr. Inferno's agents are about to drop him into a lava pit. So the last agent we get from the original 2008 line is Agent Trace, and she looks amazing, and you'll notice that she actually has a different torso and leg print. Actually, I lied, the legs are the same, but the torso is different because she is a female and she needs those female features. I can't tell you how many times I'll look up agent minifigures just to see people put these torsos on the male agents. It's kind of funny, but she actually has a ponytail, which makes it difficult to fit in some vehicles. The next figure I will show is the same figure, and this is a unique case because throughout the both waves of the set, she has no variants. It is always the same figure that we see here, and here's her double-sided head. This was on the other side. I do like this face. I do like how they did give her a headset, and they didn't just use like a generic face, but she is the same figure in every agent set that you can get. And another fact is, every set that she is in, Agent Chase is in it, because apparently there's lore that they're dating, but I find that interesting. So let's get into the villains of the original 2008 line. The first villain that we got to see was a cyborg named Sawfist. Now, we've seen the hair before, and we've seen it on Agent Charge, but this time it's in black, and you'll see that the main color scheme of these guys is orange and gray, and you can see the Inferno logo on the back. I really like that. This figure, because he's a cyborg, has some metal on the left side, as well as a mechanical arm that you can just put an accessory in, and you'll see another use for that arm piece in future figures. I do like this print. This is really reminding me of the Ninjago Zane figure because of like the half human, half cyborg face. But here is Sawfist. He appeared in the smallest set, which was Jetpack Pursuit, where he tried to steal a diamond. The next Inferno figure we get is a pretty common one, and his name is Breakjaw, and he's called that because, well, he has a break jaw, and I really like this helmet piece, how shiny it is. He has a map in his hand because in Mission 2, Swamp Raid, this is where the figure is from, he was trying to steal or locate a treasure map. And you'll see on the map that there's a temple. Well, that's the same temple that we see in Gold Hunt, so there's some lore for you. Removing his helmet is actually kind of a disturbing face. You can see some facial hair and those razor-sharp teeth. This torso and leg print is different. Well, actually, it's just the torso that's different because there's no silver metal on there, but the legs are identical. And the back print's actually the same. But you'll notice on a lot of these Inferno figures that they are identical. And Breakjaw appeared in 3 sets. He appeared in Swamp Raid, Speedboat Rescue, and Deep Sea Quest. The next figure, speaking of gold, is Goldtooth. He is an amazing figure, and he has actually a golden head of hair and a golden gun. These are like spray painted, so over time the hair kind of gets worn, and same with the gun. The torso and legs are the same, but the head is awesome. Looks like he was originally a redhead. He has gold teeth, all but one. He has an eye patch, and he has some gold piercings over on his head. He appeared in 3 sets, 2 of them in this form. He also appeared in one of the 3 sets that he was in was a 2009 2.0 set because he returned for that line. But he actually has another variant when he appeared in his 3rd set, which was the Mobile Command Center. It's the same figure, but he has a helmet, so he has a black helmet and he actually has a gold visor. And here's a better look at the head underneath. Speaking of more Inferno henchmen, this guy is just literally called Inferno Henchman. He doesn't have a name or anything. He has the basic Lego City criminal head and the little beanie. Same torso and legs, but he actually has these cool little guns that actually have these Technic pieces on the end, which I do like. Same back printing, but he looks pretty good, and he actually has a gold tooth, which kind of matches the whole gold tooth thing. My personal favorite minifigure... Oh, I failed to mention that this Inferno henchman appears in 2 sets. He appears in Gold Hunt and Turbo Car Chase. This next figure is a very different one, and he's personally my favorite Agent's villain, and this is Spyclops. It's kind of a pun on Cyclops. It's a little interesting because he has 4 eyes instead of 1. When you would typically think of the name Cyclops, you think of 1 eye, but he has 4 of them. He has a black gun, and he actually has this neck bracket because it attaches to the helicopter where he dangles from. He has 6 legs, and they look pretty nice. And you'll notice there is another variant of this figure that comes in the Mobile Command Center. So these guys have 2 different variants. It's the same character, but this guy has black legs, and he kind of has a different waist attachment. You'll see like there's a 1x2 plate underneath his torso. This guy doesn't have it, so maybe that's why he looks a little shorter. But the same torso, face, and hair, and he has a little blaster here. But he does not have the little neck attachment that you saw on the other one. But these 2 are fantastic figures, and I love him a lot. The next figure we get is the main antagonist of the entire series. This is Dr. Inferno. And look at this detail on him. He has a completely different torso with a lab coat, and he has a metal arm. This one is one of the 2 variants of this figure, because we'll see him again in the 2.0 sets, but he has a different arm. It's very minimal and doesn't really look that much different, but it is different. And you'll see the hair is really different than what we get nowadays. It would probably be dual molded today, but they actually have this like rubber on there. But if you really rub this and play with it, it will come off, so his hair will just be black, which is hard for children to, control. But as collectors, I try to keep him in a little baggie, so I avoid that. He has the same back printing as the other Inferno figures, but it's on a white lab coat. He has his symbol on his chest, and he has 1 good eye and 1 scarred eye, and that expression is just wild. He did appear in 2 of the 2008 sets, the Mobile Command Center and Volcano Base. The next figure we get is a very unique one because these last 2 agent sets, Mission 7 and Mission 8, they were special edition sets, so I'm guessing that's why the figures are so unique. This guy's name is Slime Face. He has the Mr. Freeze helmet from the 2006 Batman sets. He has a transparent head too, which is really nice. He has a green eye and a red eye, and he's missing a tooth, and you can see that slime is just dripping down his entire body. Plain black legs. He has black flippers. For reference, I'm gonna show you another figure that looks just like him, just so I don't have to take off the air tank. That's basically what his back printing looks like, and I'll get into that other figure shortly. But he has the same oxygen tank as that one Agent Chase figure, and he's really a cool figure. He's actually probably one of the most expensive agent figures, just like this next one. In Mission 8, we got Claudette, who is Dr. Inferno's right-hand woman, I feel like. Maybe she has a crush on him, I don't know. But I thought her face was exclusive for the longest time, but it actually appears in like a witch minifigure from around the same time. But I really like the face. It has the Irina Spalko hair. Has the same arm as Dr. Inferno. She is the first female bad guy. She has back printing with the Inferno logo, and she has a little control that she can use to drop Agent Fuse in the lava pit. So she's really unique. I like the black. It looks a lot different. The next figure and last bad guy figure we got from the 2008 line is Firearm. He has saw fist hair. He looks very similar to him, and there's actually a rumor that they are twins. Now, I don't know if that's true, but if I looked at these 2 figures, I would say they were definitely related. Instead of a saw on his arm, he has this giant blaster, which they have you build 2 different ways, but I think this one looks the best. I love the face print. I like the facial hair, the scars. He just looks like a real meanie, and you can see he has the same torso and leg print as his potential brother, Saw Fist. So that is it for the 2008 figures. Let's get into the 2009 2.0 figures. There's 5 sets, and some of these figures we've seen before, but they're different variants. So let's get into that. The first figure we get is a brand new agent. His name is Agent Swipe. Very creative name, I know. And you'll see this hair was actually Zane's hair from Ninjago. So if you wanted this hair at the time, this was the only way you could get it. And you can see he has a brand new face print. He has no back printing on the face. But you'll see it looks like a Lego City face, but just with the headset added. I do like this figure a lot because it's different from the blonde that we normally get. And these Agent minifigures also have a new body armor, which fit on all the figures except Agent Trace, unfortunately. And I really like how that looks. The next minifigure we've seen before is Agent Fuse. Same face, hair, leg, torso, but he just has a body armor piece. This appeared in the River Heist set. The next figure we've seen many times before, Agent Chase, but he just has a body armor, and it's nice because it has a little stud on the back that you can attach to some, whatever builds, and it really came in handy for the aerial defense set because that's how the agents were able to be dropped from the helicopter. Here we have Agent Charge with the body armor. We've seen him before. And he also appeared in that helicopter set. Just like Agent Swift, who is a new agent. I kind of feel like they cheated us because this is the exact same face we saw on Agent Trace. I feel like maybe they should have made her eyebrows black, or maybe I don't know what they could have done, or just make a completely new face. But I do like the hair. It's same with Claudette's hair, but she has the body armor, and she does have the female torso print. So that's it for the good guys. We actually got a few new bad guys. So the first villain we got is a female, and her name is Dynamite. Plain black legs, she has a stick of dynamite, and she has a new torso print that I do like. and it has a bomb on the back that you can see the Inferno logo. She has no alternate face, but she does have some pretty cool sunglasses, and I do like the red hair. Basically the Irina Spalko hair, but in red. And she came in the River Heist set alongside her partner named Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill is Gold2's friend. As you can see, they love money and gold. As you can see, they have another golden gun. He has some money in his pocket, a tie. Basically, he's like a pimp. They should have given him a cane or something. He has a dollar sign on his back, and he has the Lego City criminal face, similar to this, but instead they don't have a gold tooth, but they have a diamond in one of his eyes. And I think that's really nice. And they actually use his hair on the 2012 Joker figure, so I think this guy's pretty rad looking. Another rad looking figure we have is Dr. Disaster. Now, we saw this face on Slime Face before. I don't know if it's the same character, if they're related, but the same face, but he has slime dripping down. He basically is the color swapped version of Dr. Inferno, but with no robotic arm. I like the orange. I like the slime dripping down. The hair is just like Dr. Inferno's, but white and green. I remember when I had this figure as a kid, I didn't take care of it, and all that green came off on the hair. He has the Inferno logo on the back and slime dripping down. He's a great looking figure. The next figure we have is Dr. Inferno. However, this one is different because his arm is a metallic silver instead of the pearl silver. So it's the same exact figure, except the claw is shinier. Second to last figure of the bad guys we get is the Magma Commander. He has Breakjaw's helmet. I don't know if it's the same person, but there's some theories out there that say he is. He has a translucent head that looks pretty darn cool, and he has a different leg and torso than what we've seen before. He has the same arm Dr. Inferno had with the silver arm. He has nice back printing too. And you'll see this is the same exact torso and legs we get from his little henchman called the Magma Drones. Now it's the same exact figure here, except we have an antenna instead of a head. It looks kind of weird, but it looks funny. He has a blaster, a lava magma blaster as an arm, and you would get 3 of these in the aerial defense set, which was the set they were exclusive with. Now, the last 3 figures aren't really agents related, but they did come in an agent set Robo Attack as just plain civilians. You had 3 of them. Here we have the first one. She's just a basic city figure, white legs, a little sleeveless tank top. Has some dark red hair, which is nice, and she has a scared face, because if a robot was rampaging, I would be scared too. The next guy we get is a Hawaiian dude with a camera. He has some cool red shades, a cool Hawaiian shirt with some back printing, and you can see his scared expression peeking through. That's what he looks like when he's scared, and he has a cool little camera. The last figure we get is this little spacesuit dude. This is what I call him because he has a spaceman on his torso. Tan legs, he has a little goatee. He has dark brown hair, not black, dark brown, with a little goatee there, and you can see him scared. So that is it for all the LEGO Agents minifigures. Let's get into some of the creatures or animals. In Mission 2, which was a swamp set, we were introduced to these gators. Now they have these little remote controls on their body because I think these are like cyborg gators. The mouth does open and close. I do like the little antennas there, and the little tails swivel. I know LEGO has updated their crocodile alligator molds in present day, but it was nice to get these little basic ones because the eyes, I don't know, there's just so much character in these little guys. The next ones we get are sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. These sharks are pretty rare because you are actually able to fit a minifigure in the jaws. The jaws actually click, open, and close, which is pretty awesome. They are different. This one has 2 flick missiles that you attach to it, and this one just has like a laser cannon. But these guys are pretty big. Like I said, these were kind of hard to get back in the day. The only way you could get these was in a pirate set where you only got one. But these guys are awesome, and they were included with the Speedboat Rescue set. The The last one we get is actually a pretty interesting one. This is an octopus, and this one is actually able to glow in the dark. I don't know if I can show it that well, but if you charge it under light for a little bit, you can kind of see some glowing there. It's really hard to see, but this octopus is actually kind of expensive. I've seen it listed for at least $100 because it only appeared in this set, and I think like a bank, a Lego pirate bank or whatever. And he has little green eyes here, and this came in the Deep Sea Quest set. But thank you guys for watching this long video, and stay tuned for part 2 where I talk about the sets.